I started putting this video together when Mickey was here. We were looking at this little video and looking up that in Denmark these churches had these kinds of spirals, and I had the pictures and I was probably going to make the video the next day or something, and then of course we all know what happened to poor Mickey. A week ago today already. I can't believe it that he's been gone. He's not been gone in my mind. Oh, excuse me. He's not gone in my mind. He's totally in my heart. I love him so much. Yeah, a couple of very interesting pictures of the spirals. I'm still devastated that he's gone. Heartbroken, really. I don't really know much about anything at the moment. It's been a very quiet day today. Yeah, anyway, look at that. Look how big that is. Looks like a few different builds there, doesn't it? Yeah, anyway, these were Denmark, and what it was is that we had been looking at this little video of this bridge in Denmark. But when we went, me and Mickey were doing that, lovely Mickey, we couldn't find anything about this bridge we're going to see in a minute. We couldn't find anything about it, not even that it existed. Yet this video says it's Denmark, probably Copenhagen, but we couldn't find anything about a bridge that did that. I mean, this is the bridge. I mean, you know, if they had things like this, they were far more civilized than they're saying. They had lives just like you and me today. It would have just was then, and we're here today. Anyway, we'll put this video on, and me and Mickey were going to do this one together, another one, but we never got round to it, did we? Anyway, let's play the video. It's an amazing bridge in Denmark. Look at that. No safety there with the people over there. They seem to be right on the edge. Look at that though, isn't that amazing?
Here's something funny. I was trying to find a rotational Earth that was spinning this way, so I could put it in this icon in this turbo and make it a GIF. And I couldn't ever find it. Like, nobody has made it or anything. And then I got to thinking, well, shoot, man, there's got to be some kind of footage of this online or something, right? And the more I looked, the more I realized there was one thing in common with all the footage that we have out in space. And let me back up 1 minute. I used to like sports a lot. I used to like football a lot. I used to like wrestling. I used to like track. I used to do track. I used to wrestle. I used to play football. Not as a professional or in school, but at the boys' home I was in. And so I grew to love sports, and then my son was in football for a while, and he did really good. And one really normal thing across all the sports that you watch, they put cameras everywhere, so they have different angles, everything, because they know they're going to see stuff. Like, we're all there to watch stuff, so let's put cameras everywhere. Now, back to the space deal. If you're going to run an outfit for $5 million or $30 million or trillion or whatever million, gazillion, Google-illion, why don't you have cameras everywhere? Why don't you have a satellite over here taking a picture, and a satellite over here taking a picture, and a satellite over here taking a picture, and a satellite over here taking a picture? What I'm getting at is all the footage that I've seen lately, well, not lately, but within the last 4 years, is the picture of the Earth at the front, just like you see it in my icon, with America in the center. And it's spinning, like this. Now the funny thing about it spinning like that is if you keep spinning it like that, then this is counterclockwise when you fly over top of it. And then if you go over the bottom of it, well, counterclockwise, right? No, that's clockwise. So clockwise, counterclockwise, you have all the rotations of the Earth, right? All the rotations. And this is imagining that the Earth is stationary and we're in a space shuttle or a satellite flying around the top and the bottom. So we're flying around the top, and you see a different direction. You see counterclockwise. We fly around the bottom, we see clockwise. Do you see it? How come all the footage that we have out in space is from this vantage point right here, not any of this? And how come it's always with America in the central? I don't think we ever have been out in space. And I don't know what the hell they're doing with all that money and all that machinery. I guess making movies.
The Roman Catholic Church is hoarding so much knowledge that it's unutterable what they're hoarding in that 5-mile underground cavern that they've got there. They even have bodies, dead bodies of beings down there too. And it's really a travesty what's happened with the information and the knowledge, how it's being hoarded and hidden away from mankind. So much information is down there, it's mind-boggling. The Library of Alexandria in Egypt that supposedly burned down, it did burn, but that was just a distraction. It was a book heist. And where do you think those books are now? They're in the Vatican.
Well, there's a bit of food for thought there in those videos. And you see, people are making those videos. And when YouTube have on my channel that I am harmful to the people, they haven't realised that a lot of people have woken up. So you're just going to cut us out, but we've woken up. We can't help it. We now see things. But anyway, this is a nice little article here, which I think I've just slowed it down so you can look at it, and can make things quite a travesty, really, doesn't it, if you believe that. Yeah. Hopefully you read all the words there. And there's just a few more pictures to go towards the end. I suppose for a little bit I probably won't really stop mentioning Mickey one way or another. It's been a week since he's gone. They said on Friday that he was being taken to the hospital for the coroner to look at him, and I haven't heard anything since. I really hope he doesn't have to have anything done and they put natural causes, but I don't know anything yet. I still love Mickey so much. Look at the size of that bell. It's just cruelty to have broken us up or not given us much more time together. But you can't go back, can you? And you can't change anything. I'm still quite struggling. I know he's gone, but I struggle with why? Why now? Why not? How can his mission on Earth be over? He was loving me. He had to love me for another 20 years. No more messages on Facebook. You know, on the messenger side. Always messaged me every day with songs and how much he loved me. I never felt alone with Mickey. Yes, anyway, just going through a few pictures, you know, when I see them, but this was the other day, my daughter with Floss. Floss is so spoilt. Do you see that? She is a spoilt little puddy, and she's actually behind me right now, so I can hardly sit on the chair. And we only got one of Mickey's cats the other day, and she's a bit bewildered still. She's in and she comes and says hello every now and again, but she wants to go out and I can't let her out. And Floss is so interested in her. Oh, I took that picture the other day. That's that little silver thing there with the man. I think he's playing golf or something. That's Mickey's as well. And look at his little face. He was always such a happy little chappy. For me, he was. That picture is kind of like he was as an adult. And Terry, his friend, sent me this one. That was like, I don't know why I'm not smiling, because I had a nice time there. We were out in the pub. We went there for New Year's Eve. And Mickey was so happy. He was silly. Yeah. He's my little guardian, isn't he? My little angel. Anyway, thanks for watching, and what's your thoughts? I don't know if anybody remembers my friend here, Alen Roll, and also my friend Michael Siddell. Not very recently, but quite often a few years ago, I had many hangouts with him, and Alen makes odd videos with me and talks about law. And what it is they've had a bit of a chat in the last couple of days, so I've taken a little bit of their hangout together, because Alen does not mind me putting it on. Bit strange today. Haven't heard anything about Mickey and what's happening to him. And the word back was, there's such a queue of dead people. Mickey's just in a queue waiting to be looked at by the coroner, and you think, oh my God, because so many people have died. You think, wow, they took him on Friday. It's Tuesday coming up. Wow. Anyway, I found a bit of information out today. I'm a little bit shocked about this bit. Mickey never said anything to me. And if he did, he might have sent it once. And I just never included it. Whenever we talked, I just do not remember it at all. He's had a social worker, Mickey did. But I never saw him as some fuddy-duddy silly person. To me, you can hear him on the videos. Does he sound like he's not right? He sounded fine, didn't he? So, maybe a jolly, kind-hearted, mellow man. She said, because obviously the social worker sees Mickey's records, medical records. She told me today that he had COPD, which is lung disease. Now, he never told me he had that. But I suppose he told me he had asthma, and sometimes because he smoked so much, you could hear it was gurgling a little bit, bubbly, you know. But now I think of it, that is COPD. He never told me he had it, so I only realise now. But you know, and then his social work, and this is the other strange bit, guys. I don't understand this. Last year when Mickey broke his leg and he had a pin put in his leg, he was in hospital for about 8 weeks. And well, of course, on its notes, it says that he has diabetes. And they kept coming up, because obviously I was there. Are you sure you've got diabetes? You know, look, we've done another test. There's no diabetes. Sorry, another test. It's not showing you've got diabetes. Yet at his surgery, he had a blood test a few weeks ago, 6 weeks ago. Okay, that was August, September last year. Okay, when he was having about 4 tests a day, blood tests. So for about 8 weeks, 9 weeks, he had about 3, 4 blood tests a day, and they all said he wasn't diabetic at all. But 6 weeks ago, at his surgery, he's had a blood test, and it's showing that, because I asked, so what's a normal? In your blood, it would be 20%. That's a normal person's blood show on this sugar level. But his was in the 60s, she said. So his diabetes was quite bad. And you're like, wow. He never told me that either. He just said that he'd had the blood tests. And then, of course, a few weeks ago, he's talking about the fact that people like him have 5 to 8 years. But I never in a million years thought that he was in any fear or any... I just didn't know. He was just so loving and nice to me. Well, then maybe he was a little bit quirky at times. Maybe that's what it was all about. Because he was just hiding the fact that he was probably a bit worried that he was this time actually ill. And then what it is if you have asthma and COPD, it can cause cardiac arrest. Well, there you go then. Oh, poor Mickey. He never told me he had COPD. I mean, in the end, that will kill you. Jesus. He's just obviously a bit of a time bomb and a bit of a sick man. And although he sort of told me things, I thought, come on, Mickey, because, you know, did he come across like... Because he's supposed to have had also... he was supposed to be... I can't think of the word. Hang on. He was supposed to be autistic. Come on, you heard him on the Hangouts. Did he sound a strange man? No. He was just loving and he loved me and he loved doing the videos. And I know in a way I'm lucky that we have all these videos together, so I suppose when I get lonely, I can go and listen, even if sometimes I did butt him out a bit, because, oh, I did when I look back on a couple of the videos. And he always had so much to say, Mickey. He was a really clever bloke, but he didn't tell me that. And when I told one of his best friends, he said, well, I never knew that either. So that's all a bit weird, isn't it? So I don't know anything about Mickey's funeral right now, but I talked to his brother today, and it's just the whole thing. I'm just still devastated about this. You know, we spent a lot of time together. But anyway, I've done a few minutes here. I didn't mean to spend so long talking about Mickey, but hopefully no one minds just now. We're going back to this video that Mike, Sidell and Alen had, and they're talking here. It says legal fiction, natural law. So let's listen to what they say, and please leave your comments afterwards.
All right, so I just wanted to, talk today about some legal fiction. Alen?
Hey,
Hey.
can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Feedback. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yep. I got you. I'm in there now. All right, go ahead, man. Take it away.
Take it away.
Yeah.
Take all
Legal fiction. Just break it down. What's going on?
The legal fiction.
Yeah, what's going on in these courts?
the dead corporation, the dead entity, lost at sea, considered dead, a legal fiction that the Bible says don't take that. That's the mark of the beast. It's the word mark. It's not your name. It's not your Christian name. You can't be saved if you're that legal fiction according to the Bible and Jesus and his teaching. You know? What's the way that he says? The way is within, to know who you are, know yourself, know what that legal fiction is all about. But what is the mark of the beast? It's the word mark, your name. That's a legal fiction name. It's not your Christian name. And the legal fiction is under the all caps American Sign Language. But they took the hyphen out. That's a deception. Ancient hieroglyphs. You can't read it. It's a bunch of babble. But it's pirate language. It's admiratory law of the sea, piracy, you see, in their language, the all caps. Comes from Babylon, and it's a bunch of babble. It's not English. Looks like English. But it's a double witchcraft language, because English is witchcraft. It's backwards Hebrew. Now you got the language for the dead. The zombie language. Only the dead can read it. Because you're the living. Why would you want to read dead man's language?
Right.
It's funny as hell. Most people don't even understand it when you tell it. You think you're crazy. Even Christians that read the Bible. I talked to my pastor and I told him about that all caps legal language, and he said he brought it up right away. Well, I know for a fact that you're getting some assistance. And I said, that's irrelevant. For what you're doing, you're C30, 301 church that, gave your authority over to the state. You ain't under Christ's supervision. He ain't got control of you no more.
Right.
And the people that go to court, they have no clue about what language is being used. It's double language. They speak with forked tongue. Sounds like English, looks like English, and they got double language on the documentation.
Oh, yeah.
That violates the laws of Latin and the laws of English. But they don't care. You tell them this, and it just like goes in one ear out the other. Because they're indoctrinated. They're under that spell, what they were taught. And the money sounds good, better than what he's saying. I want to keep my job, keep my money coming in. Dead man money, debt. Debtor's money. It ain't money. It's slavery. They force you to be that dead man. That's force, that's slavery. That's against the Constitution and amendments. That's treason.
Right.
And that's a capital offense.
Methodist Church?
Yep. It was for my friend. She's in Texas, but she wants to come back, but she's wanted up here for prostitution.
Oh, wow.
She wants to come back. So that must have been the best, some church she's trying to get help to get back or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. If every community can get 25, 50 people and get this knowledge and go to court every day, shut them down. No sorcery here today. Everybody go.
Yeah, if everybody just stopped buying, getting the licenses and everything registered and lining up like cattle.
Right.
And then wouldn't be like
a hotline number for anybody who gets pulled over. Quick, call this number. We'll have 50 people there to back you
Yep.
up. You're being pirated.
Yep.
Inland pirate. That's what's going on.
Right.
You know, hey, we got to get to the police. We got to, hey, wake the police up. Either they're sleeping and don't have this knowledge and don't understand it, or they're
Right.
part of it, and they know it. Turning a blind eye,
Yep.
and they're working for the beast, and which is going to be total slavery here, communism pretty quick. That's what they're working on.
Yep.
Smart city in every city. Track you, know everything you're doing.
Everything.
Telling you, you can go to work today. Oh, you can't go to work today. No, you can't go to the store. Well, you can only use so much energy.
You know what?
They'll probably replace the cops with robots,
Yep.
because if the cops wake up and stop being cops, then they'll just put robots there.
Oh yeah.
But they hope the cops don't find out till later on, till they're ready to bring out the robots. We don't need to know more cops.
Yep. They'll just slowly start cutting them off
Yeah.
from. Yeah.
It's like most of the pastors, they must know what they're doing. I mean, if they know the Bible, they've been to seminar, and if they can't figure out what's going on, then they're under some big spell, indoctrination, that they can't see it.
They know how to collect money
Yeah,
and keep the church, open and all that.
that hat they're passing out now, put it at the back of the church by the door. When people leave, if the people need some money, there it is. How much you need?
Yep.
That's what the people that come there for, to help their community. Oh, this person over here can't pay his bill this month. We'll help you.
Right.
And then that person come do some community service for that. Payback, whatever,
Yeah.
What do we need cops for? We can do it ourselves. What do we need schools for? We can do it ourselves. Why send your kid to these public indoctrinated schools run by the government, run by the beast system? It's prison for kids, children, not kids.
Yep.
Kid is a goat.
Yep. These kids are in goat school now.
Yeah, goat school. Put that board square on your head when you graduate now.
Well, they teach you, and like they're all pro-liberal.
Right. It's the 12-year step.
In these colleges.
And then the colleges.
They're all.
Get a higher degree. We're all Freemasons. We're on the citizenship, but we don't know it.
Of course. Yeah.
You're a Freemason, you don't know it.
Right. Exactly. Yep. People don't care unless it directly affects their lives.
Right.
They go on living the dream and the illusion.
Yeah. The illusion.
So
And they think, you tell them it's an illusion, and they think you're fucking crazy. They can't see it,
it's just by consent. More people consent to this shit
Yeah.
than don't consent.
That fucking television set. The mindset, the programming.
Spell.
Yeah.